Hello to all my friends out there, and this video is what to expect in the coming months. Okay, we have some conflict with China over trade because they've been moving into our country and doing business for quite a while on the cheap. They've also been gobbling up our real estate and everything else they possibly can. So, now we've raised the tariffs on them, and of course they don't like it. But if you're in the lower class, what does that mean to you? Well, what that means to you is you can probably expect some inflation. First of all, realize rich people never lose money. I remember when, they do welfare cuts and, poor people were having a hard time getting by. They cut healthy families and such. Okay, so that's neither here nor there. But let's say the least bad thing that would happen is we would suffer inflation. The price of food and everything else, gas, all the necessities of life would go up. I think we can expect that, realistically. Okay, and then let's carry it on. Let's say if you're renting from people like I was that really don't give a crap, expect rent increases. And expect them to move you out as soon as they can and get another deposit. And use that month as a write-off. People, you're going to need some depreciation. Okay. Expect rent increases. Okay, what else could happen? Well, you could lose your job. So you want to say, oh no, what if I lose my job? Remember the guy and I said, do you have a house? Okay, if you are fired, it's hard to borrow money now on your house. But if you have cash back on your credit cards, you can go in and you can get the cash back. On your cards, some of your good cards, that might be a good idea if you lose your job. If things are going really, really bad and the area you live in is uninhabitable, it's probably better to get out of there sooner or later. So you're going to go through every bad thing that can happen. If your car breaks down, it's going to cost you more to get it fixed. If your car tanks, it's going to cost you more to get a new car. I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, I bought my Corolla. And I got a really good deal. I mean, I couldn't even touch a used Corolla for what I got mine for. But today, I saw a nice little, very small Honda Civic used, and I said, wow, did you buy that used? And the guy said, yeah, and he got it for $4,000. So be thinking, if my car goes down, what am I going to do? If I'm kicked out of my apartment somehow, what am I going to do? Do I have a vehicle that I can live in? So you're gonna go on, what if they cut the welfare, they cut everything else? What is going to happen if they cut the food stamps? Well, let's just carry it on and say, well, in runs Andrew Wang, and we get the monthly allotment thing, like socialism, right? Let's say we get Agenda 21, government subsidized housing. What does that really mean? That means the government is owning everything. It's moving out of the private sector into the hands of the government. So if you're not very prosperous, prepare yourself so that if you have to pay your rent, don't pay anything else so that you don't end up houseless. Secure your car just in case you got to evacuate, and start playing it out in your mind. What is the worst that can happen? For most people, the worst that can happen is you're going to lose your job. If you were to lose your job, that'd be really, really bad. If you lose your job, what are you going to do? If just start going through thing by thing by thing. You have to have food, water, and a clean, dry place to sleep. Start stockpiling water. Start preparing for like power outages. If you live, okay, they are predicting the coldest winter ever. If you live in an icy cold place, start preparing for a power outage. Okay, out here, let's see. Southern California. What could possibly happen? Fire in September. That's what could possibly happen. Earthquake, San Andreas fault. That could possibly happen. Racial tension. You know, we're a border town. That could possibly happen. So you're going to be playing out in your mind all the stuff that can happen, and you're going to be taking measures as best you can to, you know, get a defense. You know, say if an enemy was going to run in and attack your family, you would say to yourself, how am I going to protect myself? So it's the same thing with the future. You know, the people that are prepared usually come out of this stuff pretty well. Stockpile up your food and your water so that all you have to do is secure a clean, dry place to sleep. And try to save up your money as best you can. And don't be so darn trusting. That's a big mistake. Okay, you guys, I think that's what can and will happen. Not to be a pessimist. I believe in being prepared. You know, when the owner wanted his apartment back, what would happen if like I was oblivious to the fact that they were totally untrustworthy? I can tell you what would happen. You see those women on cheap RV living in their car? I could have lost everything in my apartment as well. So, you know, strengthen up. And another thing, if you don't like these videos, if you're tuning in to every video to give me a thumbs down, it is apparent that, you know, you are so out of touch with what is going on in this channel. But you know what the truth is? You're probably the sorry sack that needs this channel more than anybody else watching my channel. So it's okay. Okay, you guys, God bless you all.